What is going on, ESGN Nation, and welcome to another episode here on the channel. We're back here for some more MLB The Show, Road to the Show with Theo Bonds, as we're back here today for the Midsummer Classic. The previous episode, of course, of his series here, you see in 245, we did not get a chance to win the Home Run Derby here in Fenway. But today we get a chance to play in the All-Star game, and of course, Bonds has been used to this. He's been doing this now for a couple of years now, at least 5 seasons now, and he's been in pretty much all 5 All-Star. He made 5 All-Star appearances so far. This is making his 6th one here today. And there you see his numbers so far this season. Of course, most of those numbers coming from his time in Detroit. And of course, this is his new home here in Atlanta, and he's been doing pretty well with Atlanta so far. To start his career, kind of reboot his career here in season 6. So as we take a look here, look at some of the numbers here, just look at some of the league leaders in Major League Baseball. And of course, he is, one of those top league leaders here. And when it comes to at-bats, average, home runs, obviously doubles, as well as some other categories here in league leaders. So, like I said, as you've seen in the previous episode, the All-Star game is in Boston. So we'll get us play against Boston, or see the people in Boston, but get to play against the National League, against the American League, I should say, because beforehand he was a American leaguer for the start of his career, and now this is now being the National League. He's gonna have to help them turn the tide here and try to see if they can win the Midsummer Classic. Of course, this is all about bragging rights. Really, nothing too crazy or too ridiculous, to really get into. But for the most part here, it should be a fun event, as it usually is. A lot of the Major League Baseball fans, and of course the Major League Baseball players themselves, love this time of the year, as it kind of brings them back as a kid again. And just enjoy with this exhibition of fun. Of course, nothing's on the line here. In years past, it was the chance to host the World Series. And of course, we've gone aside with that. And of course, now just trying to see who's the better of the two leagues. Is it the American League or is it the National League? And of course, in the newer games, I think in 22 now, I think they've even included the DH. So the DH is now a part of, universal DH. Excuse me. In both in the American and National Leagues. I do apologize too, as you can tell there, I am still a little underneath the weather here, but a lot better than I have been previously, leading up. Of course, the couple videos I've already put out already. Still trying to fight this cold. I know it's not COVID, as a lot of my family and friends are making jokes about, but it's not COVID. I've had a test twice now. I've tested negative, so no COVID here. So here we are at the 2020 All-Star game here in Fenway Park, as you see the fans getting ready for this exciting game here. And of course, like I said, this is a little fun game here. We're just trying to see, see the best of both the American League and the National League All-Stars. Take a look at the list there. You see the National Leaguers there. Of course, Bonds starting off here as he's starting third baseman. Jordy Mercer, Justin Upton, and of course several others there you see there, both in the American and National League. There you see Bonds right there, getting his name announced there during the introductions into this game, and it should be a fun game. Of course, you like to put off a good performance here, and that's what we're trying to do here in today's game. There you see Bonds' numbers: 47 home runs, 109 RBIs, and of course with an amazing averages he has so far here this season. It's been just crazy for him, and of course for Atlanta, as Atlanta fans are seeing what all the hype was there in Detroit, and now they're getting it with Bonds as he strikes out there ugly on that pitch. Top of the fourth here coming up. We'll see what we can do here with Bonds as he goes ahead and hits this one up the middle there. That's going to be a base hit for him, and that's going to be a leadoff hit for the for the National League here. I mean, he's sort of saying American League for him. As we see this one hit there, that one's, ooh, nice shot there to the first baseman. He makes a nice turn there to the shortstop, and then getting it back to first base for that double play. Nice play there for the American League team. Take a look here at this one here, as McFarland here throws this one there. And you can't really say too much there, as they do make a nice turnaround there and getting 2 quick outs. Top of the 5th coming up here, 1-1 ball game. As we'll see what Bonds can do here with a runner on 3rd, and he cannot bring home that runner at all. As he takes a nasty whiff there, strikes out, and that'll end the side as it's tied up 1 apiece here as we go to the bottom half of the 5th. Now, as we take a look here, and we'll see some simulation here. And usually when this means, I got this simulate showing this guy here, it means we're not coming back in the ball game here, as Bonds has been replaced. And we'll see what the rest of the team can do here as we take a look here. And right now, the American League so far have a 1-run lead over us, and well, they turn around and go ahead and win this one. Final score 3-2. The American Leaguers win it. So, yeah, tough, but nonetheless, here, like I said, it was a fun game. We didn't have a breakout game that I was hoping for Bonds. We did strike out pretty ugly there twice in this one. Bonds goes 1 for 3 in this ball game here with that single, and pretty much they said like, okay, dude, you're done. We'll see what the younger guys can do. It's kind of weird saying that now because we started off the series him, 18, 19 years of age, and now here he is in his mid 20s. So yeah, he's 20, I think he's 25, 26 now by now, somewhere in there. Kind of weird saying that now. But as we take a look here, we see that we're in first place right now. We have a 7 game lead over the Nationals, and that's, I believe, who we'll be facing here to start off the second half of the season, as we're trying to keep ourselves, of course, above water there, as Nationals still in the hunt there, trying to go for after the NL East title. And you see their Marlins there, 13.5, Phillies 15.5, and of course the Mets in dead last place with 19 games back of us. So take a look here. As some of the Nationals, of course, Anthony Rodon still on the team, I believe, as well as Juan Soto, and a couple other familiar names here for the Nationals. Maybe Soto's not on here. No, he's not. He's not on here. Let's see, Sandy Leon, Rafael Mendez, Guzman. Okay, George Zimmermann, he's still here. I knew there was a pitcher. I wasn't for sure. But yeah, Zimmermann's here. Of course, you got a couple other youngsters that they brought up here. It looks pretty good numbers here. Maybe the win and loss not so great, but for the most part here, their ERA and WHIP looks pretty decent. So like I said, there's 7 games back, and of course taking a nice series lead here, and if they can take 2 out of 3 here, that would definitely lift their spirits, and of course get them even more hungry to come after us in the division. Now if they slip up and lose 2 out of 3 here, which I think that's where I think we can get out of this, then they might be in a little trouble. So on a 23 game hitting streak right now, Bonds up to bat here to start off the first game, or at least his first at bat here in the first game of the second half of the season, of this game 1 of this series with the Nationals. No ball or no score here, but a empty base pass here and a 1-1 count. This one's going to go up. That's going to go deep, and that's going to rattle around out there to the right center field. That should be good enough for an extra base hit, and it is, as he gets on board there with a nice double to start off. So nice job there with a 2-out double. We'll see now 3-1 count here. That is going to the big dog there, Freddie Freeman, as he will get walked, and he will be placed there on first base. So 2 runners on board, 2 out, and we'll see a David Adelke will come out, and we'll see what he can do with a 1-2 count. And David here gets the pitch, and he will swing and miss there, and that will end the inning, as the side is taken there by the Nationals. Nationals leave 2, or I should say Atlanta leaves 2 on the base pass. Nationals do a good job there of making sure those two runners don't come home. Bottom of the third, as we'll see a 2-out rally here again here from Bonds, as Zimmermann gives up a base hit this time around for Bonds, as Bonds is on board. And that's going to be 2 out. You see Bonds is one of your hit leaders right now for Atlanta. Of course, a hit leader as well for Detroit for so many seasons now. As we take a look here, and the numbers so far are him. Of course, a lot of those hits coming in from him transferring those numbers over from the Tigers to the Braves here this season. So Freddie Freeman up to bat here again. Remember last time he was up to bat here, he got walked. So full count for Freeman, 1 on board, 2 out, and Bonds is going to take off here. It's not going to be a stolen base, as they decide they're not going to deal with Freeman, and they're just going to go with the next guy here. And of course, that'll be a David Okokie. Of course, I mean, you might as well. I mean, he struck out last time, and you kept 2 on board here for Atlanta. It's not much that Okokie can do. So we'll see what he can do. And 0-1, he struck out back in the first, as there's a 3-1 count here on him. So hitters count here for him, as we'll see if we can get a decent pitch here. Bond's going to go take off here. He's going to steal third, and he's going to be safe, and as well as Freeman will still there. So nice double steal from Atlanta. Full count now for Aoki, as we'll see if maybe he'll get a better pitch here, and he will go ahead and be walked. So Zimmermann can't find a way, or can't at least find the base path, or at least the strike zone here to stop this rally here. So now he has to take on Simmons. So Simmons will be up to bat here. 2-2 count for Simmons. Bases are loaded. 2 out. Simmons here hits this one here high and deep out to shallow center field. This should be an easy catch there from the center fielder, and it is. And now retire the side with the bases juiced. So Zimmermann finds a way to get himself out of the inning and leaves the bases loaded there for Atlanta. No score still here as we now go to the top half of the 5th. We'll see with 2 on and nobody out. 1-2 count here. We'll see some defense here coming from Bonds. As Bonds here throws this one, chucks this one over the second. They turn that one to first. And can they get the out? And they do so, leaving a runner there stranded at third with 2 away. So nice job here. I don't understand what the idea of this bunt is. Maybe they're trying to get the runner in scoring position here. Maybe they thought the 2 lead runners would get there. But Bonds does a great job to return that double play. And, of course, stops Washington. Well, no, actually does not stop Washington from scoring, because Washington will score that 1 run. So now here in the bottom of the 5th, we'll see here the next at-bat. And Bonds here knocks this one over to shallow left field for a base hit. So now with 1 on and 2 out, Bonds is on board here. And, of course, we'll see Freddie Freeman up at bat here as he is batter number 4. So here we are, cleanup hitter. Of course, they have now walked him twice. Bond's going to go ahead and take off here. Can he get a good jump here off this steal? And they will say he is safe on that steal. As he takes a look here, he got a little bit of a bad jump there, but he just does a great job there avoiding the tag. And he is able to get there. Nice play there. As you see, excuse me, Freddie Freeman now will go ahead and again get walked once again. So Freddie Freeman now, this is what, 3rd time now being walked in today's game, with the bases now at runners at first and second now with 2 out. And Nationals are looking again here. This could be trouble for Zimmermann. He got out twice. He got away with this twice now in this ball game. Can he get away with it for a 3rd time? You see Aoki was, of course, walked back in the 3rd. So we'll see if he can get out of this one here again. As Aoki's up the bat here. Aoki hits this one here high and deep. This is going to go back. This is going to be caught. And, of course, Zimmermann's defense helps him out as he gets out of that jam. So 2 left stranded again. And left up to David Aoki to get in there to break it up. As it's a 1-0. Actually now 3-0 ball game. So bottom of the 7th here. We got a runner on base with 2 out. 2-0 count here for Bonds. And, he just rocks this one there to shallow right center field. Runner's going to come around and score the first run for the Braves. And that's a nice RBI double from Bonds. I believe that'll be his 30th of the season for an RBI double. As he's able to, nice. Just look at that swing there. This is a good job there putting that swing in there on the ball. And, of course, scores the runner there from second And now he got himself in scoring position here. So now a great time for Freddie Freeman now to really get that bat going here. Has decided to go ahead and change the arms up here, taking Zimmermann out because they know Zimmermann, he got lucky 3 times. There's not a 4th time him being lucky against this, especially this part of the lineup. So we'll see. Charles Sandoval up to bat, or up to pitch here on the mound. He'll have 39th start. His 39th start here this season. 2 for 2 for the season. 7 save opportunities compared to his 9. 7 saves compared to his 9 save opportunities there this season. So we'll see what he can do here now against Freddie Freeman. He's batting .309 this season. So Freddie Freeman here, of course, has not recorded an official hit yet. 3-1 count here for Freddie, as we'll see the pitch, and that is going to be a ball. And Freddie Freeman gets walked again. So that's the 4th time now Freddie's been walked and has not recorded a bat. They definitely are trying to take that bat out of his hands. And now, putting the pressure right back on David Aoki. Aoki, 0 for 2. He has not got a hit just yet. He's been walked already here. He's struck out now once already here. We'll see a base hit. This hit here. This one's going to go, and this one's going to be popped right straight up to the first baseman. He calls everybody off on that one. And that's going to be it for the inning. So we're down by 2 runs here as we end the 7th. Can we get back into this one? Hopefully we have another at bat here from Bonds. And we will. Here we are now in the 9th. 9th inning coming up here. Bonds 4 for 4 here. Two doubles, 2 singles, and an RBI. He has 2 runners on board. Pitcher's count here now 1-2. Bonds looking for a pitch here, and Bonds will chop this one there in front of the plate. Bonds going to get down the first base line. He's going to get there on time. And that's a great hit there, as that's going to be considered a base hit. So now Bonds on board here. And now, of course, Freddie Freeman. Big opportunity now for Freeman to really get things going here for us and really open things up. And they do, as the Braves, coming out of this game here today, get a nice victory. And we win this one of a final score of 4-3. So Freddie Freeman actually finally got his chance to make us do something here in this game and help us score a run. But of course, they decided to go ahead and give the honors to player of the game here to Theo Bonds. Of course, he set that up, getting that chopper there from the pitcher, and able to run that one down the first base line and get there in position to kind of set up Freddie for them to knock in the hit they need to bring home those runs, and that's exactly what they did. Bonds 5 for 5 in the ball game. Freddie Freeman 0 for 1 in that one. 4 walks there, and it looks like I can't really tell. Maybe Doug there did that, but Freddie Freeman. They were scared of Freeman's bat. Even though he went 0 for 1 and was walked 4 times. He was intimidating to me, I guess, in some ways there. All right, so as we get back to the series here, we'll give it to game number 2, and we'll see what we can do here in this episode. As we'll get to the bottom of the first here. 2-0 count here. Hitters count now for Bonds, as there's 1 runner on board, and Bonds going to chop this one over the head of the pitcher. So they're going to throw that one over to the second baseman, and I believe the second baseman is going to be out. So they're going to say he's out on that play. A little backyard play there, a little toss there, and I guess they're going to consider him out. So, yeah, he is out. So there you see Freddie Freeman's numbers so far in the last 10 games, 14 of 34. And there you see his numbers so far this season, 18 home runs, 54 RBIs. And we'll see what he can do here now in this situation with Bonds on board. So with Bonds on board, 2 out, 2-1 count here for Freeman. We'll see if they actually do something here for him. So he will. They'll go ahead and he'll slap that one over to the third baseman, who makes a nice snag there and gets that one over to first to get the out. So that will retire the side, as there's no score here as we end the bottom of the first. We'll see what Atlanta can do now here in the bottom half of the fourth, as we're still no score here in this one. 0-2 count here for Bonds, as he swings and misses there on that slider. And yeah, he just kind of looking at his bat and kind of looking at Burgess like, okay, where was that pitch at? And we'll see where it's at. It does cross over the plate, but just at the last minute just makes that little move and just like, you're not going to hit me today. So bottom of the 6th, as we have one runner on board. Washington leads this one by 2. We'll see what Bonds can do now in this situation here. Oh, he gets a hold of this one, but on the wrong end. And that's going to be a straight up catch there from the catcher. Nice elevator shaft move there, as that retired the at bat there for Bonds. As Burgess looks pretty strong out here today. Bottom of this 8th now here. Burgess looking pretty good now. Of course, he's out of the game. Abraham Alvarez is in here, but no, Abraham. Have you met the new Moses of the MLB? That is no other than Mr. Bonds there. Solo shot there. His 48th of the season. I don't know if that's going to be bring enough to get us back in this ball game here so late, but nonetheless, it counts. And we'll see. Bonds, nice shot there from him. As ATL fans hoping that this will be our start of a rally here for the Braves, as we are down by 4 here in the bottom half of the 8th with nobody out and now nobody on. As you see here, Bonds just cranks that one right out of there, reads it pretty well coming out of the hands of the pitcher. And take a look at some statistics there. Nice play from Bonds. And so now we go to the bottom half of the 9th here, down by 3, 2 runners on and nobody out here. 1-2 count here for Bonds. Bonds gets his pitch, and Bonds here hits this one there. That's going to be a floater to the shortstop, who gets the catch, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So down by 3, we got a lot of work still to do here. We got Freddie Freeman still coming up to bat. We'll see what the rest of the guys can do. And unfortunately, Burgess gets help there from his bullpen today, as he will get the win. And of course, we'll get the hit with the loss. So we end up losing this one here. 6-3 is your final score, as Bonds gets home run number 48 here in this one, as he goes 1 for 5 in today's ball game. Of course, an RBI and a run scored there from him. We'll see if we can try to bounce back here tomorrow and try to take game 3 of this series. And of course, this will be the rubber match between the Nationals and the Braves, as we head out here to the ballpark again here for, like I said, the 3rd and final game of the series. And we'll see what we can do here in this one. As you see, wood there for us to be on the hill there. We'll see what Bonds can do, as he's got a 25-game hitting streak for himself, as he's taking on Alberto Molina, as there's 2 on and nobody out here. So a good opportunity here for Bonds to, if he can find the right pitch here, we can easily go up by 1 run here with just a single swing of the bat. As Bonds gets a hold of this one. Did I just give this man a nice pep talk? Yes, I did. Home run there from Bonds. That's a 3-run shot. Bonds takes that one high and deep out there to the hitter's eye. And what a move that was there, as he now puts him on the board here, up by 1 here in the bottom half of the 1st. Nice job, as now fans here in Atlanta happy to see their big boy, their newest acquisition here, making some moves here. And of course, starting the game off right here with that 3-run shot. 49th of the season. Beautiful shot there from Bonds. Go now to the bottom of the 3rd. 3-3 game. 2 out. Nobody on. 1-2 count here. Bonds here gets underneath this pitch here. This one's going to be high, but not so deep, as the center fielder will, of course, get underneath this one and get the out and wrap up the inning. So that'll be it for the inning, as it's still a tied 3-3 ball game here as we go into the 4th. We now flash forward to the bottom half of the 5th here, tied up 5-all, as there's a 1 runner on board and 1 out. And of course, Bonds looking for the pitch here. Of course, he had a 3-run shot there back in the 1st. We'll see if he can do something like that again here, as he hits this one here high and deep. It's going to go back. It's going to go over the head over the right fielder. This should be good enough for a double, and it will, as it puts Bonds there at second base. His 31st double of the season, and now this puts a good opportunity now for Freddie Freeman to come up to bat here and really open things up for us, as there's only 1 out and 2 on now here for Atlanta. As we take a look here, a flashback at the 1st inning, and that was I was talking about earlier, and I was just predicting, I was just saying that maybe Be a good job if he hit a home run here to start off the game, and that's exactly what he did as he drills this one there at deep center field, dead center field actually, for that 1-run lead, making it 3-2. So now it's 9-7. Atlanta leads this one here, and Bonds here looking for another pitch here, and this time he's going to try to go left, but that one's just going to stay in the ballpark there as that will retire the side. We're up by 2 as we're 9-7 here in this ball game. Now we go to the bottom of the 9th here, and things got really out of hand. Washington up by 6. It is 16-10. I don't know what happened. The bullpens for both sides were just ridiculous, and now things are starting to settle down. Of course, Bonds gets on board there with a base hit, and we'll see here. Nice hit there from him. The full count now coming up for Freddie Freeman as Freeman takes a swing and a miss there. And that will have Freeman going back to the dugout here. So now 2 away and down by 6. We'll see what Simmons can do here. Can he keep this ball game alive for us? We'll have to wait and see. 2-2 count here for Simmons. 2 out. Bond's going to go ahead and take off here. And that's going to be a check swing there. And that is going to be your ball game. Washington takes 2 out of 3 here of this series. They win this one 16-10. Here's your final. It is tough to take a loss like this, especially when you got a team like Washington has not been playing so well, and now come to our house and take 2 or 3 out away from us here. We got to start taking them now as serious competitors here. They're the only it's only a 2-team race right now for this for this National League East title. So we got to start taking things serious, because if we don't, we'll end up starting letting others get in there, like the Mets. Well, yeah, I mean, even the Mets. I mean, even though they're like almost 30 games out, but Phillies, Miami, don't want that to happen. So that is it for this episode here. As we wrap up start the first half of start the second half of the season. Got the All-Star game in there. Of course, we did not win that one. Of course, then we end up losing the series against the Nationals. Hopefully, we can turn things around here as we get ready to finish off this homestand. And the next episode is to take on the Dodgers. We'll be facing Jordan Lyles, who's currently 9-4 for the season, 3.32 ERA. And we'll see what we can do against the Dodgers. But of course, in IRL, our boy, Freddie Freeman plays for them now. So we'll see what we can do against the Dodgers in the next episode. 3-game series there. And hopefully it should be, I mean, honestly, it should be a good one. 2 good, 2 division leaders in the National League, squaring off in the game here in Atlanta. We'll see how that goes, and we'll see if we can go in the homestand here on a good note here. Try to see if we can win this series outright coming up in the next episode. So stay tuned for episode 247 as we take on the Dodgers there at Truist Park. But if you guys did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord, as well as go check us out over on Twitch, as we do live stream over there on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Central until about 1 a.m. Central Time over there on the Purple platform. But as always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you all next time.